Good morning. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Ellen. Today we have a 45-minute gentle yoga practice. We'll start standing. We'll do some slow flow vinyasa after our grounding and centering. Lots of pauses for some good stretches, some hatha as well, hatha yoga. And then we'll end our practice on the earth in some yin poses, some deeper stretches, but some gentle postures. So gentle yoga is a yoga format, a yoga style that's very gentle, modified for knees, for hips, for shoulders. So we don't do a lot of postures, and oftentimes we don't really do some of the poses that are more rigorous on the shoulders and the hips and the knees. So modified practice, but still a slow flow vinyasa style practice with some hatha and some yin. So what we'll need today, I've got all these props here, just for the end of practice. If you have yoga blocks, that's great. Grab a couple. 2 the same size are good. And there's smaller or larger. So feel free to grab those if you have them. If you don't have yoga blocks, what else works? Like the side pillows on your couch, if you have a couple of little pillows, smaller pillows that you could use that are the same size, that would be great as well. And if you have just one block's good too. I like to put that right at the end of the mat or the front edge of the mat. And then a couple of blankets. If you have yoga blankets, or you could use beach towels. If you actually have yoga blankets, I'll just show you how they're good folded. Nice way to fold them for our yin practice. This is folded in half. So just fold it in half again, and then in half again. So you've got almost a square, kind of a smaller square. And at this point, we'll fold it in thirds. Sometimes you can get it in an extra, maybe fourths. Kind of depends on what size it is. Some of the blankets are a little bigger than others. And then we just create this, what I call like a little blanket log. So we'll have 2 of these, if you have 2 of them. And easier on the hips to sit. You can sit either on a block or on a couple of blankets. So I'll show that. I've got 2 blankets. That's what works for me, for my body. You can give it a try and see if you like. So you can also just sit on the earth, but it helps to get your tailbone up a little bit higher than so that you can open your pelvis, open your hips. So when I'm sitting on the blankets, I'm sitting toward the front edge of the blankets. Same thing with the block if you're sitting on a block. So front edge. And this creates a little tilt to our pelvis so that we can open the hips more and get our knees a little lower. If you feel like when you're sitting cross-legged that you're kind of hunching over and your knees are up high, if you have real tight hips, this is just a nice way to give yourself a little more room in your pelvis. To sit tall, our spine is built structurally so that it can support itself. The vertebrae just kind of stack up, each vertebra, one on top of the other, unless our muscles are tight. So our muscles will pull our body into flexion or pull our body into extension if they're tight. So this just helps us realign the spine nice and tall. So just an option always when we're doing our grounding and centering seated, to start sitting on something. So welcome. Any comfortable position to start. You could decide, rather than seat, that you'd like to lie down or you'd like to stand. And we'll just bring our focus internal. Maybe that means closing the eyes. Just begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Our yoga breath is breathing in and out through the nose. Long, deep breaths. So if we're seated, our arms can just rest comfortably on our laps. Palms up, more receptive gesture if we're feeling a little more open. Palms down if you're feeling more private. And really just focus your mind somewhere within the body. Your mind's eye can just gaze internally as we take long, deep breaths. Next few breaths, really fill the body with air. Feel how the spine lengthens, grows a little longer. Ribs expand, the diaphragm, the belly. We also expand in all directions, side body and back body. And as you're full of air, maybe just a little pause to relax with that sensation of fullness. Long breath out, finding the emptiness, that end of the breath. Little pause in the emptiness as well. Let's try to find ease in those moments. So mind is observing the pause on each end of the breath as you find your own pace of breath. Mind staying focused on the body, on the breath. And we'll just continue to keep our focus on the breath throughout our practice today. If we're lying down, finding our way to seated. If we're seated already, and we've been seated a while, you could cross your legs, if they're cross-legged, in the opposite fold, so we stay centered. And get that same stretch from side to side. Centered and tall, internal focus, whether eyes are open or closed, we're focusing within. On the inhale, lift the chin, let the head fall back. Just to the point where you feel a good stretch in the front of your neck. You can relax your shoulders, you can still breathe, you can still swallow. You might feel a little compression or pressing on the back of the neck. Inhale as we come tall. And on the exhale, tuck the chin, just the neck flexes forward. So just a few vertebrae. Top of the spine, head is heavy, neck is relaxed. If you want to go a little further forward, you could roll another vertebra or two, forward and down. Pause when you feel resistance, a good stretch. Try and relax into that stretch. On the inhale, lifting our spine tall, letting the head fall back. Maybe moving facial muscles around. You can stretch the jaw. Inhale tall. Beautiful. So imagine that you're lengthening the back of your neck. A little tuck to the chin lengthens the neck, and then we'll take right ear to right shoulder. Relaxing shoulders, find the resistance. If you're not feeling a lot of stretch and you want a little more, right hand could weigh the head. You could also tuck the chin toward the collarbone. So beginning to bring rotation into the neck brings more sensation as well. Beautiful. And then we'll tuck the chin toward the collarbone on the right. Keep the neck relaxed and very slowly roll the head forward and down, just to center. Take your time. Follow the stretch as it moves across the shoulders. Inhale, tall again, back to center. We'll take left ear to left shoulder. Pause with resistance, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Decide if you want more. Might be plenty, but you could always use your left hand to add a little weight to the head. We're not pulling, just adding a little weight. You could also tuck the chin, maybe lift the chin if you want to add rotation. And then we'll tuck the chin toward the left collarbone and very slowly roll the head forward and down. Mind's eye follows the stretch. Come to center, maybe even right ear toward right shoulder. Are you ready for a half circle? Tuck the chin to the collarbone, roll the head forward and down. Another half circle. Left ear to left shoulder. Maybe we're ready for full circle. Test it out. So let's take several breaths here. Clockwise and counterclockwise rotation. Roll the head. Pause at the tight spots if you find any. try and work through those tight spots with ease. So maybe take that little pause, relax, and ease through. Gentle your way through. One more breath. Beautiful. Back to center, nice and tall. So as you inhale, imagine a little more space between all the vertebrae. So we're actually growing a little taller, a little tuck to the chin. We'll lift our left arm to sky. Pause and let the shoulder drop, leaning over toward the right. So nice long lateral stretch. Reach the left arm longer. Feel that stretch through the left side body. And we'll turn our neck to gaze down toward the earth. Inhale, back to center and tall. We'll lift the right arm to sky. Pause and let the shoulder drop, leaning toward the left. Just to that point where you feel that first little bit of resistance. Maybe a little more length into the right arm. Turn the neck to gaze down. Beautiful. Inhale tall. One more time. Left arm to sky, leaning toward the right. Find that pause and the ease. Inhale tall. Right arm to sky, leaning left. Back to center. Beautiful. Cross-legged, hands to the knees. We'll tuck the chin and the tailbone. Round the spine into flexion. So first of all, with the neck, just let the neck relax, the head be heavy. Leaning back into the shoulder blades, the whole spine. Try and relax and find ease. I know I say that a lot. It's kind of the point of yoga, isn't it? And inhale, we'll come tall and do the opposite. So leaning forward, extend the spine, back bend. So lift the chin. Get that back bend all the way up into the neck. And we'll come tall. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, extend and arch. Find a rhythm, find a movement. Breathing. Exhale as we tuck. Inhale as we extend and arch. Breathing. So typically in yoga, we inhale when we're in a back bend, and we exhale when we're tucking. Seems like it's a little bit easier to find room for air in a back bend. When we're tucking, we're kind of squeezing the air out anyhow, aren't we? But you can breathe either way. As long as you're breathing, that's the important part. One more breath here. Flexing and extending. Beautiful. Back to center. Nice and tall. Moving the shoulders left to right. Let's get a little lateral stretch. And then we'll combine all of that movement into spirals. So circling your torso around. Circling your hips around. Circling the ribs. The shoulders. Maybe we add that little back bend as we lean forward, tucking the tailbone as we lean back. Any pace here, whatever's working for your energy level. Wherever you feel that good stretch. One more breath, and then we'll switch directions. So whatever direction, clockwise or counterclockwise, both ways. Couple breaths here. Last breath. Make that last breath, make the spiral smaller and taller until you spiral up to center and stillness. Little tuck to the chin. This is axial extension. We'll turn the neck to gaze toward the right. And we'll turn the neck to gaze toward the left. So a few more times. Neck turns to gaze right and left. So we add twisting or rotation to the spine when our spine is long and tall. Neck turns to gaze right. Rest of the spine can come into the twist. Take your right arm around. Root it down onto the earth wherever you find that first resistance in your twist. Left arm could come over toward the right leg. Breathing. Inhale the length. Nice tall spine. Maybe a little tuck to the chin. Back of the neck is nice and long. Finding ease. Always try to find a little ease with leverage. One more breath here. back to center. Back to our axial extension. Neck turns to gaze left. Left arm comes behind. Meets the body. Left arm over toward the right leg. Inhale the length, so you can wiggle into it. Exhale the ease. Breathing. One more breath here. Back to center. Maybe a few fluid twists. The arms sway with the body, side to side. Onto our backs now. So full body stretch. You could extend your arms and your legs long. Beautiful. We'll take our arms out to the side. Bending knees, planting feet. A little tuck under with the tailbone, little tuck to the chin. Draw the right knee into chest. Extend the left leg long. So left hip gets to stretch long. We'll let the right hip drop open. So right arm could guide the right knee out to the side. Right arm can just support the posture wherever you feel a good stretch on that right hip. And we'll cross the right knee over to the left. Left hand can hold our knee here. Let your right arm open out to the side. Turn the neck to gaze toward the right arm as we let our knee drop toward the left. So we're moving into a spinal twist. Axial extension, the spine is long even though we're on our backs and we're twisting. So just to the point where you find the good stretch, make sure you can relax. If you're feeling pain in any of the postures, back out a little. You can always modify if you need to. Beautiful. Let's come on back to center. Neck turns to gaze straight up, right knee into chest. We'll extend right leg toward the sky, just to the point where you feel the hamstring stretch. So back of that right leg, point and flex wherever you feel that resistance. Circle the ankle. And as you burn through that nice stretch in the back of your right leg, you can extend a little longer. Try to keep the upper body relaxed as we extend up into the heel of the right leg. Circling the ankle. Squeeze your toes into a little ball, little fist. Point your ankle, separate your toes, wave your toes around. So trigger some muscles in the feet to start loosening up. The calf, the shin. Beautiful. Exhale, knee to chest. Draw the right knee in. Exhale as you empty. And then inhale, right leg extends long, next to the left leg, just hovering over the earth, and then all the way back up toward the sky. Full inhale. Exhaling, knee to chest. Inhale, extending long, all the way up to sky. One more of those. Exhaling, knee to chest. Find the pause, find the emptiness, the ease. Inhale, right leg long, all the way up to sky. Beautiful. And we'll draw both knees back in toward the chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. And switching legs, so extend your right leg long. We'll hold the left knee into chest. We'll let the left knee drop open toward the left, so left hip open. Breathing, find that resistance, pause, relax. Take left knee back to center. Right hand can hold your left knee now. Left arm opens straight out to the side. Turn the neck to gaze toward the left arm. We'll let our left knee drop toward the right. So any amount of bend in your knees. Maybe you pick up your right hip and tuck it under more. Same thing with your shoulder blades. Both shoulder blades root down. Finding the perfect amount of stretch. Relaxing into the stretch. One more breath here. Backs again, out of the twist. Left knee to chest. So here our hip is neutral. It's not open or closed. And we'll extend our left leg toward the sky. Pause when you find resistance. So this is a hamstring stretch, back of the left leg. You can begin to point and flex the left ankle, maybe circle. And wiggle the toes around. A little more length in that left leg. Your hands can certainly support the leg if that helps. Kind of relax into the stretch. So get that sensation, that stretch moving down or up, whichever way you look at it, into the shin, into the calf, into the foot. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg long and tall, long and high. Exhale, left knee to chest. Pause till you're empty. Inhale, extending left leg long, next to the right, hovering over the earth, and all the way back up to the sky. Exhaling, knee to chest. Inhale, extending long, all the way up to the sky. One more of those. Exhaling, as we tuck. Inhale, as we extend and reach. All the way up to sky. Beautiful. Now we'll drop both knees into chest. Rock side to side, so make sure you're centered. Arms can go by our sides now. We'll extend both legs up the wall pose. So feet are about hips width here. Feet are flexed and really extending up into the heels. Get that long hamstring stretch. Legs are energized. Upper body relaxed. When that upper body is relaxed, we'll then inhale, arms to sky. Arms and legs parallel. Pause though, let your shoulders settle into the earth. Let the arms relax. Smiling as we move into our happy baby pose. Knees bend, hips open wide. Reach to hold the feet to the ankles. You can add a little rock side to side if you like. Try to stay relaxed, lots of elements to this posture. Happy baby pose. So it's a hip opener. It's an adductor stretch. Breathing, lots of muscles relaxed. Smiling, the face mudra. Feel the back of your throat relax. Tongue, the forehead relax. One more breath here, stillness or movement. And we'll come to center if we're moving. Draw both knees back in toward the chest. And we'll plant our feet. Arms down by your sides. Tuck the tailbone under. Tuck the chin. Deep breath in. And on the exhale bridge, lift your tailbone. Vertebra follow. The vertebrae all the way up onto the shoulder blades. You can walk your shoulder blades under a little more. Lengthen the neck. Move our heels beneath our knees. Think thighs parallel to each other. Neck soft, face soft. Arms soft or relaxed. Feet relaxed perhaps. One more breath here. Inhale, hips high. On the exhale, lower down with articulation. We'll start with the shoulder blades, one vertebra at a time. Down on the mat until you're all the way down. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Tailbone lifts. One vertebra at a time follows. Up into the bridge. And inhale as you lower. Keep your mind focused. One vertebra at a time. Exhaling as we lift. You can find your own pace. Pause at the bottom, pause at the top. Find those moments of ease. These are moments of peace with yourself. Train ourselves to find those moments of love. Take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, lowering. Exhale, lifting. So good for our postural muscles. Those muscles that knit the whole spine together, all the vertebrae. Last breath, flexion and extension. Beautiful, all the way down. Beautiful. All right, so roll to the right side. You can just rest for a moment in fetal asana. Head can rest on the right arm. And we'll push our way up to seated. Coming onto our hands and our knees. Tabletop position. So we won't be here for very long. If you have sensitive knees, you've got the blanket here you could just kneel on. Or you could add an extra little fold to your yoga mat, create a little extra padding as well. The wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Drop of the belly, arch the back. Hips and gaze high. Inhale. On the exhale, round and tuck. Tailbone tucks as you push the earth away. Beautiful. Maybe we take our seat toward the heels. See how far feels good for your body. If it's too much on the knees, you don't have to go very far. Inhale, cow pose, belly drops. Front body stretching. Exhale, round and tuck. Back body stretch. Beautiful. One more of those. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, back to our tabletop. Next posture is downward facing dog. It's our only one in practice. If you don't do down dog, you can stay here in tabletop. Seats to sky. Push the earth away. Let your head fall between your arms. Pedaling feet, if you like. But strong arms is key here. Really engage the arm muscles. Long hamstring stretch. Inversions are so good for us. We'll bend our knees. Walk your hands back to your feet. Ragdoll forward fold. So we've got a big bend to the knees. Our ribs are resting on our thighs, maybe holding opposite elbow. Little sway. Little nod to the head, nice and loose. Keep it loose, keep it relaxed. Now where are our feet planted on the earth? Our feet are hips width. Toes are wide but light. Even weight in both feet. You begin to lengthen your legs. Take a little bend out of the knee. Find the perfect amount of stretch for your hamstrings and your back. So you could combine it. You could have a little bend to the knee. Get a back stretch and hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Knees bend. Roll tall. Reach and gaze all the way up to sky. Inhale. Back bend here, palms together overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Release, mountain pose, Tadasana. So feet root into earth, body grows tall, palms together overhead. Forward fold, exhale. As far down as you like to go. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Hands to knees or shins. Shoulders move down. Your shoulder blades moving down the ribcage. Little tuck to the chin. Tailbone shoots back. Crown of the head forward. Draw the belly in. Inhale. Exhale. Half lift can go further forward. See if your hands can slide a little further down your legs. Pause though where you feel that perfect stretch. We don't want to round the spine in half lift. And then release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen and energize. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale all the way up to sky. Reach and gaze. Hands to heart. A little different now. Inhale, sky, palms together overhead. Shoulders drop down, leaning toward the right. Lateral stretch. Maybe that right arm releases. Inhale tall. Exhale to the left. So right side gets the stretch. Left arm could help lengthen right or release. Inhale to sky. Reach and gaze. This time we'll open the elbows as we keep a little back bend. So get a chest stretch, shoulder stretch. Feel your shoulder blades pull together. Inhale to sky. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to sky. Palms together. Hands to heart. Release. Nice mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. Now turn palms in, Samastiti. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Knees bend, arms come forward, shoulders drop down. You can have wider feet or narrower feet, but keep the space between your knees and your feet the same. Even weight in both feet. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to our chair, Utkatasana. Knees bend, arms lift, seat back, body forward. This time, palms together on the inhale, legs long, heart to sky. Release. Let's do a few shoulder rolls or arm circles. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, open and out, down and back. One more of those. Inhale, forward and up, and back. We'll switch directions. Breathing, inhale and exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. And back to our mountain Tadasana. So feet about hips width. Move into the feet. Body grows tall. Right arm reaches up to sky. Shoulder drops down. Right elbow bends. So fingertips are touching our shoulder blades. Here is cow face arms. Left arm could come up and over. This is option 1. So we're going for a tricep stretch here, this underarm muscle is our goal. But if you want a little more stretch in the left arm as well, left arm could come up from behind. So elbow bends, just kind of pause there so the shoulder begins to roll. Walking your fingers up, reaching our fingers toward the others. Maybe you can touch, maybe you just pause somewhere in between. Inhale, can you lift your gaze, lift your chin? Beautiful. Can you tuck your chin? Inhale, tall. Release. Release the arms. The other side, left arm to sky. Left elbow bends. So feel that tricep stretch, that underarm muscle if you'd like. Right arm can come up and over. Or right arm can come up from behind. So first pause with the right hand, kind of resting on your sacrum, your low back. Slowly just walk your fingers, inch your arm. You're coaxing your right shoulder into rotating a little more. Pause wherever it feels like a good stretch. As we lifted the chin, add that little back bend. Exhale as we tuck the chin. Now tall release. Palms together. Forearms together. We do a balance posture here. So elbows are at shoulder height. Right elbow comes under left. Lift and lower. Feel if that's a good stretch for you. You can always wrap your wrists together if you want more. A little less, you could hug opposite shoulder. And then bend your knees. So keep your heels down as we begin. So keep the seat tucked in. Transfer the weight into the left foot. And tiptoe the right. Set your focus. Find your focus. If you're not using that right leg to balance, maybe you can cross it up and over. Seal that space off in eagle pose, Garudasana. Toe could be a little tiptoe down as well. Palms together overhead. Exhale, elbows, shoulder height, forearms together. Left elbow, under right this time. So find the good stretch if you like wrapping wrists or hugging. Bending knees. Keep that seat tucked in, that body tall. So first you feel the stretch in your calves. Weight goes in the right foot this time. You're not using left leg to balance. Cross it up and over. Many different ways, different lineages of yoga. You can add a little back bend if you like, so maybe just practice that. Just tuck forward. One more breath. Release. Inhale, sky, reach and gaze. Forward fold, exhale, settling toward the earth. Feet are hips width here. Any amount of bend in your knees. Loosening it up. We're moving into that part of our practice where we're surrendering. So one more breath here. Let the muscles relax, the mind calm. Beautiful. And we'll come down. Little yogi squat if you like. I like to kind of pause here. Might be too much for your knees, but if your knees can handle it. Beautiful. Then all the way down to our seat. Last couple postures, yin poses. So let's extend our body long. You can lie back. Actually, before you do that, if you have the 2 blankets or the 2 pillows, place them on either side of your mat, right at center. If you don't have blankets, you could use your blocks. So 1 block or your pillows on each side there. And then we'll roll onto our back. All right, bending knees, planting feet. Tuck your tailbone under. We'll open the arms out to the side. Beautiful. And we'll cross the right leg over the left leg. So we're cross-legged, kind of like our eagle pose we just did. Beautiful. Walk your left foot over toward the right a little. Tuck the left hip under, and we'll let our knees drop toward the left. So right knee is on top. Our knees are dropping toward the left. You can decide where you want to place your feet so that your body can just rest in this pose. But here's what the blocks are there for, the pillows. You can turn them so that if it's a little too much stretch, you can support under the knees. Find the perfect amount of stretch so you can relax the muscles. Neck turns to gaze toward the right. Feel free to untangle legs if it's a little much. Get a little more stretch through the glute med and the outer hip, the seat. Beautiful. Now if we were in a yin practice, if the whole practice was yin, we'd hold this yin pose for a few minutes, but we're just in it for a few breaths. We'll come on back to center. So neck turns to gaze up, uncrossing legs. Find your center again. Maybe reach those arms out. Tuck the tailbone under. And we'll cross this time left leg over right, left knee over right. The right foot could walk over toward the left a bit. Pick up your right hip and tuck it under as you drop your knees toward the left. Toward the right. Neck turns to gaze left. So finding symmetry, we want both shoulder blades to root down. We want that spine to be nice and long, perfect amount of stretch. So here's where if that's a little too much, you can use the block or the pillow to support the posture. Blocks are so useful. I always recommend 2 blocks, 2 blankets in your repertoire, maybe a yoga strap. One more breath here. Nice, and we'll come on back out of our twist. So turn the neck to gaze up. Come on back to center. So you feel pretty symmetrical. Draw the knees into chest. Give them a little squeeze in, little tuck to the chin. Rock side to side a few times. So we're lengthening the spine. We're tucking the shoulder blades under and tucking the chin. Centered and long. We'll plant our feet now. Keep your knees bent. We've got those blocks or those blankets for this pose as well. They're ready to go right there by the sides. Bottoms of feet together as your knees fall open. Your hips drop open. So you can turn the blocks on their sides. Any size. You've got 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. 3 different heights. Feet could be up closer to the tailbone. Feet could be a little further away. That'll adjust the way that the thigh bone, the femur, is settling in the pelvis. Breathing, so nice hip opener. Pause and relax. If this feels like a good posture for your body and you're loving the hip opener, you want to practice this a little longer. bend our legs. Let your heels find the outer corners of the mat for Shavasana. So hips are open, heels are in, toes are out. I like to tuck seat under, shoulder blades under. Rock the head a little side to side. Just make sure you can find symmetry as much as possible. Bring your mind's eye to focus somewhere within. Maybe the mind follows the breath as we take those long breaths. Deep breath in. Long breath out. The mind can follow the rise and the fall of the breath. Just allowing our muscles to release, to relax, the mind to focus and center, trusting the body to breathe. Final relaxation is to bring the mind, the body, the breath, the heart together in union. And that, my friends, is yoga, the union of mind, body, and breath. If you'd like to remain in your Shavasana for a nice long Shavasana, feel free to stay as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, bring a little movement back. Fingers, hands, the wrists, the feet, the ankles, the facial muscles. A little deeper breath, a little bigger movements as you slowly reawaken. Taking your time, bending knees, planting feet, rolling to the right side, resting in fetal asana for a moment or two. Internal focus as we find our way back to seated. Any comfortable seat. Back to center, back to breath. Internal focus. It's dhyana, one of the 8 limbs or branches of yoga. Bring our mind's eye to focus at heart center. Bring our hands in a hand mudra at a heart center. Anjali mudra, sometimes called namaskara. Fingers and palms aligned as we bow the head, honor the heart. As we inhale, we could lift our mudra to the forehead, honor the mind. Hands to mouth, throat, honoring truth, honoring breath. The sun shines down and its image reflects in 1,000 different pots filled with water. Pots are many, but each pot reflects the same sun. Likewise, when we come to know who we truly are, we will see ourselves in all people. Namaste. Thanks for practice today, everybody. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday at noon for Yoga Flow. So still a mellow practice, but slow flow vinyasa. And every week on Fridays, we'll have a little focus in Yoga Flow on a project pose, as I call it. So this week, our project pose